I refused to change my baby's name after I named her after my dad's affair partner, so I just had my baby 3 weeks ago, a girl. I kept the name secret the whole pregnancy because last time someone in my family announced a name early, my cousin straight up stole it and used it first. Caused this huge fight at Thanksgiving. So this time I kept my mouth shut. Mom kept asking what the name was gonna be. She'd text me like every other day with suggestions. I just sent back the shrug emoji every time. She was in the delivery room with me and my dad when I had her. Everything went fine. Baby came out healthy. When the nurse brought the birth certificate for me to sign, my mom leaned over and asked what name I was putting down. I said Annabelle. My mom's face went completely white, like all the color just drained out. My dad cleared his throat real loud and said something like, "Oh, that's a pretty name." But he looked weird too, stiff. Mom grabbed her purse maybe 5 minutes later and said she wasn't feeling well. Said she'd come by in a few days to help with the baby. Then she just left. That was weird, but I figured she was just tired. She's not young anymore and it was a long day. But then days went by and she barely texted me. We usually talk every single day, multiple times. Now I was getting like one-word responses. My little sister Nicole still lives with my parents, so I called her and asked her to come over. She showed up the next afternoon. Soon as she sat down on my couch, she said Mom and Dad have been fighting nonstop since the hospital. She said she heard them yelling through the walls at like 2 in the morning. Dad kept saying it was just a coincidence. Mom kept saying she couldn't believe he'd let me do that to her. I asked Nicole what the hell they were talking about. She said about 10 years ago, Dad had an affair with someone at his office. Her name was Annabelle. It lasted like 6 months before Mom found out. Dad begged her not to leave. She stayed but made him quit his job and they went to counseling for like 2 years. Nicole only knew because she found old emails on the family computer when she was in high school. I felt sick. Not because I named my kid after some random woman, but because my husband's grandma who basically raised him was named Annabelle. She died 2 years ago. We talked about using her name if we had a girl since before we even got married. It meant everything to him. While Nicole was still there, my dad knocked on the door. He let himself in with the spare key I gave him. He looked awful, like he hadn't slept in days. He sat down and asked if there was any way I could change Annabelle's name. I asked him why, even though Nicole already told me. I wanted to hear him say it. He admitted the whole thing, the affair, how Mom stayed but hearing that name messed her up, how she was packing her stuff right now to go stay with her sister for a while. He actually teared up and said please just change it. Pick any other name. I told him I wasn't changing it. I explained about my husband's grandma, how she was the only family he had growing up after his parents died, how we'd planned this for years. My dad started raising his voice saying I was destroying his marriage over a name, that I was being selfish. Nicole stood up and told him to get out. She said he was the one who cheated and he doesn't get to come here and stress me out 3 weeks postpartum over his own mess. He left without saying anything else. My husband came home from the store right after and I told him everything. He said we're not changing our daughter's name because my dad couldn't keep it in his pants a decade ago. I agree, but my mom still won't talk to me.